I saw two movies in theaters today, so let's talk about them. First up is the new horror film released by A24 called Undertone, which is directed by Ian Twatson. Overall, I found this to be a very thrilling and interactive theater experience, and for a first feature film, I think this is very competent. It reminded me a lot of something like Steven Soderbergh's Presence from last year, where the narrative and the setup is both very simple, but the presentation and the display of filmmaking skill is able to lift up this story. Undertone is very well put together, like on a technical level. I think if you're going to make your horror movie centering around podcasters, like the audio better sound crispy, and I think they were able to achieve some really great things with the sound design. I was a big fan of a lot of the visuals as well. Like, I love how so many shots are framed and you're kind of like peeking around in the background to see if you can spot anything, and I think that's what adds to the interactivity of this movie. Unfortunately, that's kind of where my praise ends. Like, while I did really like what this film set up, like with the tone and atmosphere, I think by the end it kind of falls flat. And this made me sad because I was really locked into this movie up until that third act, where it just becomes really redundant of so many supernatural and like demonic stories that we've seen hundreds of times before. And I really think a slow burn film does not work if you do end up feeling burnt by the end. So I don't feel any incentive to ever revisit this one. Otherwise, though, I would still recommend checking this one out, and I am interested to see what else this director comes out with, because this shows a lot of promise, and we need new voices in the horror landscape. This one gets a solid 3 stars, 6 out of 10. And because I love my very juxtaposing double features, next up we got Hoppers, the new Pixar animated film. I have to say, I was very pleasantly surprised by this one, which is a surprise to me, honestly. Like many others, I have very much not been into Pixar's recent output. Out of all their projects over the last 10 years, I've liked Soul, Coco, and I'd say that's really about it. Like, everything else has been either just middling or has completely fallen flat to me. And I feel like Hoppers is very much a return to the basic Pixar formula, because they really do deliver on just this base concept of the film. This doesn't feel like an Onward or an Elemental or even Elio to me, where the concept and the narrative of the film is just so underbaked to me. I feel like they truly have a vision for some story to tell. And while it's a no-brainer at this point, like, I want to give credit where credit is due. Like, the visuals are fantastic. It's been a long time since I can say that I really do appreciate the art direction and just so many of the character designs. Like, I like how wacky and extreme they're going with these beaver characters and a bunch of the animals. And I like that we have these silly expressions. Like, we need more of this in mainstream animation. Now, is this film doing anything groundbreaking to me? No. Is my bar of expectations for Pixar currently super low? Yes. Am I probably being more forgiving to this one because everything else has been so either average or below average? Yes. And honestly, I think that just speaks to current Disney, Pixar, and even Marvel just as a brand, and the unfortunate quality that has been a lot of their projects recently. But this is a good step in the right direction, and I don't know, with the next film, we could very much just be right back to square one, and I could just be back on my can't really stand Pixar train. With all that said, I had a very fun time with this. I would recommend y'all checking it out. But yeah, also gave this one 6 out of 10, 3 stars. You get a pass from me today, Pixar. That's it for me today. Okay, bye.